Girl, what are you most excited about going into this game 6, and any predictions on your end as we drop into the game?
I don't like making predictions because I don't like cursing teams, but...
No, you have to be, listen, you're a commentator now, girl. You got to be able to make predictions. You got to make bold predictions.
Bold predictions? Okay,
Yep.
Well, I predict that a bottom 10 team will make it into the top 10.
Wow, that is such a bold prediction. That's one of the craziest predictions I've ever heard in the history of predictions, girl.
And I predict that team to be SF.
There you go. They're the one that's in 11th. I hate you so much. I take a look at my standings here. Girl with the least bold of predictions. Meanwhile, TSM is angry, very, very angry that they've gotten griefed or pushed by this team. And guess what? It is the brawl between the two of them. Neither of them are backing down. And once again, we see a fight here between both teams. And it's just interesting that TSM says, you know what? I don't care if we don't place well in this tournament. I just want this team to know who's boss.
I believe they're also getting third-partied by South State, going in for the finish on Snitedown. They're coming in hot. They're trying to get some kill points. And you know what? These two teams that have been contesting each other aren't really losing much. They're already bottom 10. It goes to show that 50-50ing and fighting off drop doesn't do you well.
Yeah, that is for sure. And I said that, I think it was game 2 we were casting, girl, where we noticed 4 teams dropping Fragment, and that immediately knew that is not going to bid well for these teams. Anytime that you drop contested, you have a significantly less chance to come out on top in a tournament, and it's definitely shown for TSM as Imperial Hal gets knocked now. And here comes South State, actually. They're a team that's in contention. They're actually looking for these KP, but a little too aggressive for that individual. He's going to get taken out. Nice job by Reps shutting at least one down, but now Reps has to clutch a 1v2.
Yes, and he does have the caustic gas, so that will prevent the other team.
He switched to caustic?
Yes!
That's comedy. Sorry, girl. I had to laugh. They died to caustic last game. I think they were pissed, and they switched to caustic this game. Meanwhile, Absolute Monarchy's getting taken out as well.
Yep, Sleepy Panda is at 1 HP. Will he be able to get out, recover, maybe heal up? He's not even thinking of healing. Oh, he's going to pop the Phoenix kit, which will get him back to full health. Now he's thinking of, do I go back or do I not?
Yeah, I think he opts for the latter. He realizes, hey, let me just chill for now. What are the chances that they're going to continue to camp the death boxes? Probably not super high in an ALGS game, so Sleepy Panda will back out, reset, survive, find a little rat spot, maybe double back for banners, potentially. Meanwhile, South State loses one. It was Kuma. A little too aggressive from Pride Kuma. And as a result, Pride Kuma gets taken out. TSM, I think, got a revive here. So it might be a flat 2v2 between these teams, but it looks like South State wants to back out.
Yeah, taking the top of this construction building and getting the revive up there, I don't think anyone's going to really push that, especially with the caustic. So, yeah, no teams have been fully eliminated just yet, so they're all going to be making recoveries. And the reason why TSM probably opted for caustic is you just got to fight caustic with caustic. That's why caustic's so popular.
It's the only way to do it. That is for sure. And that's where caustic thrives, in a lobby of more caustics, because obviously you won't get affected by gas the same way. So there tends to be a snowball effect with that legend. And TSM, I think, just said, you know what? Sick and tired of dying to gas. We're going to fight fire with fire. Meanwhile, jumping on board with CLG, currently sitting in first place with 64 points. They've been playing so well. First 2 games, they went back-to-back wins. 13 kills in Game 2, 9th place in Game 3, 7th in Game 4, 7th in Game 5. So consistent. And fun fact, they have half their points are from kills. That's 32. Half their points are from placement, also 32. Just to go show how well-rounded this team is.
Yeah, and NRG actually has more points from kills than placement, which is the only team that has more points from kills than placement in the top 8, which is really, really neat. So they're fraggers. There are some fraggers on NRG.
That's the truth. And both NRG and CLG in our top 2, well, they both have 13,000 plus damage. The only teams with 13k plus damage. So that goes to show if you perform, you will stay on top of the leaderboards. That wasn't necessarily the case in EU. We saw a couple teams in EU with a lot of damage, but not necessarily faring well. That was Gambit was one of them, but definitely has been the case here in North America. Meanwhile, Team Liquid so well kitted, as they always are, leaving trials, but they're going to have to back out of this fight. defensive bombardment ultimate from Gibraltar is going to keep them at bay. They'll back out and reset. This is obviously a crucial game for Team Liquid, right? They're trying to qualify through. They're currently sitting in 4th place with 43 points, so they got to make it to late game. They got to get some kills along the way, girl.
Yes, and they are doing so. Flanker got the kill on Crummy. They're getting the finish, going for the armor swap perhaps. Yep, gets the armor swap off, and there they go with the first kill point of the game. They've got really great loot like always. They've always had really great loot because of their landing spot. So now they just got to focus on playing the game and getting to that end zone.
That's right. Team Liquid in a solid spot. Keep in mind, for anyone that's watching, maybe new to ALGS or not sure of the format here, what's at stake? Top 3 teams will qualify for the Winter Circuit playoffs at the end of March, and then teams from the Winter Circuit playoff will qualify for the ALGS Championship in addition to teams with cumulative ALGS points throughout the entirety of the Apex Legends Global Series since, of course, the pivot to online with the Summer Circuit, the Autumn Circuit, the online tournaments previously, and now, of course, the Winter Circuit. So top 3 qualify to the Winter Circuit playoffs. Top 10 qualify automatically to the next online tournament, which is next weekend. We got back-to-back-to-back tournaments here over the next 3 weeks. A lot of Apex Legends to come, and then our last chance qualifiers will be coming after that. So if you're a fan of Apex, if you're a fan of ALGS, buckle up for the next few weeks. Put it in your calendars, because guess what? We got a lot of gameplay coming.
Indeed, and the top 10 also get some prize money that might buy them some groceries, might buy them a new PC, you never know, depending on their placement that they get here today. South State getting that rotation on. It seems like they've definitely figured out a pathway. They might go through the train tunnel there. But there will definitely be teams guarding those tunnels, guarding those choke points like CLG right here. They're just waiting for someone to jump down. That was interesting.
So, one quick heads up. Ranked is harder. Said, you know what? We tried this whole Octane Revenant thing for a while. They made a change from Octane to Horizon. Zero Plus is back on Horizon, which I think is great. Dropped from Revenant to Gibraltar. They're going back with that same team composition that worked so well for them last online tournament. They're currently sitting in 10th place, so they want to guarantee a spot in the ALGS finals for the next online tournament. They don't have to go through qualifiers. So they're like, yeah, maybe we should start using a more in-meta team composition in Game 6 to try and close this one out. Prize money is on the line here. I mean, a couple $1,000s.
Yes, of course. NRG, they're just chilling. They figured out a place to stay in. Team Liquid, you could tell by the way they're moving, they're just eager. They want to get in a fight. They want to catch someone out of position. They're just so very eager. They have all of the gear that they need. They're just looking. Hello, anybody here? Anybody on the map? I need some kills. Can somebody pop out for me, please and thank you?
Yeah, things are going to be a little bit slow here, and a lot of teams are actually bundling in already, as we do have a zone near Harvester to close this one out. And teams, of course, in Game 6 are going to take these early game fights. Are going to want to avoid third parties. Things are going to slow down quite a bit.
And they haven't found anyone to fight just yet, but they have been scanned, so there is somebody on the low ground now. Alberlelli's taking a look at that, but here we jump on to Team Complexity. They've got some beams through the window, Shiny getting a few damage off, and they're going to try and take more angles. Monsoon going up, but getting cracked here. He's going to put barrels down just to secure himself from getting pushed. Hey, I'm a caustic. I have barrels. Please don't push me. I have an ultimate. You don't want any of this. So he is able to recover, and they're still thinking, what do we want to do, boys? Yep, there are some nice angles you can get if you climb up on the wall of the side of that building, but it seems like they've been taking too long. You never want to poke for too long because you know there's going to be a third party nearby. So they tried, they attempted, and they're out now.
That's right. So if they're playing still in that Bloodhound team comp, they probably would have taken that fight, but playing as Caustic, a little harder to, you obviously can't scan through walls, you can't get the intel, and they're playing against a Bloodhound. He's going to get the intel, be able to kind of get those wall hacks for some time with the Bloodhound Q and the scan. So, wisely, Complexity is going to back out and reset. They're not going to take that fight. They're going to opt for a rotation instead. Wise decision from them.
And here we are with South State going with 2 Gibraltar bubbles. A lot of stuff happening here. The Arcstar is going off. He's going to have to reload his Prowler here. Last one alive on his team. He's got no armor, but nice 180 spray with the Prowler. That gun does a lot of damage. And he's going to heal and try and push back in.
That's right. South State's been in a state of hurt all game long, starting with TSM in that fight and fragment, and now again as Mercy is knocked, Bronzy is out, and South State, who is looking to make a little bit of a Cinderella story with a sneak into top 3, not looking great right now. Meanwhile, the Wally Catchers, who is our Cinderella story of last tournament, placing top 10. They're currently in 15th place. They're going to have to do something big to get into that top 10 here and make Girls' bold prediction come true, that one of the bottom 10 teams will make it to the top 10.
I predicted SF, okay? I predicted SF.
Yeah, Solo Fide.
Yep.
They're
only
team that
1
won
point
the last
away.
tournament, and they're 1 point away. They're in 11th. You're the worst.
Team
On
Liquid
board
still
now.
in it.
Go ahead, girl.
Yep.
They are.
Have they found a team to fight? I believe there is a team very close by, but I think they just have so much on the line here that they're worried. I can feel their worry by their movement now. The game's just going on and on. They didn't get that momentum they wanted with the early game fights, so now they're just like, maybe we just play zone. Maybe we play placement for now.
Meanwhile, so much action is ensuing over in the train yard as we have multiple trains converge, and this time it's unfortunately the complexity train's going to get taken out. It's all up to Reptar backing out and resetting, but there's 3 other teams, so he's got to be careful. He's going to try and rat his way to success. Reps is still alive, as Reps did get a pick. He's the kill leader with 3 kills. They just want war, his TSM, as they made that known by playing Caustic this game. Circle's going to close, and in the end, CLG will be gatekeeping. This is an interesting spot for CLG because they're going to gatekeep here this fight. They're going to be kind of posting up within this tunnel, within this choke, and they're going to be maintaining control, and they should be able to get a couple kills as a result.
Are you getting the crosshair bug, or is it just me? Because I'm just laughing at the crosshair going left, right, left, right, left, right. But a hideouts is on the case. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Yes, back to Team Liquid. They're not in the best position, so they're going to have to figure out their rotation right now. Kraber on Albrelelli. This is huge. He's going to be able to pick up some kill points along the way. We had South State Pride. He wasn't able to get his teammates banners, but he was able to survive, and that's one thing.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, and South State was up by 4 points over Team Liquid. They had 47. Team Liquid had 43. So, barring something crazy from Pride here, it's going to be looking a little bit bleak for them as Team Liquid is fully alive and well kitted in terms of shield. And then, of course, the Kraber in the hand of Albrelelli. Meanwhile, Snipedown finds himself two picks from Snipedown with the shotgun work, making it look easy. Hal's back up, Reps is up, TSM is in full force.
That was an amazing recovery by TSM. Reps being able to get the knock on the team third-partying them and pushing them off was an absolute clutch, and that's what you expect from one of the best teams in the world. Unfortunately, they got contested this time around. Didn't get as good as a placement as they wanted to, but they are surely pulling it through on this last game. And that's what competition is all about. You just never give up.
That's right. One thing I respect about it, competitive Apex, every team playing to their fullest in late game, and then obviously there's reason for that, right? People don't realize what goes into team drops. When you drop in a spot, you need to condition the rest of the lobby and the rest of the community for future tournaments to say, don't you dare drop fragment, it is ours. So TSM's not going to give up. They're going to continue to fight for that spot, and it shows. Meanwhile, we got some 30-30 repeater action from mouse and keyboard. It's Frex's.
Yes, and the more that they perform, the more ALGS points that they can rack up. You can get in with your points. So getting to that top 10, getting some ALGS points, maybe that's the goal instead of the prize money or a certain placement today.
Just got intel from my Christian Big looking up on Twitter. Ranked is harder, is using no comms for the last game of ALGS as a challenge. If these guys troll anymore, it is actually fascinating how they are so successful as content creators and ranked players coming over to ALGS, finding almost just as much success, and now playing with no comms, different team comp. They're back to the original team comp at least. That should be interesting as we're now on board with TSM. Let's see what they can do.
Well, they have already made the playoffs that you were talking about earlier, so they've got time to experience different things in a tournament setting. So that's the advantage you have when you've already made it so far.
That's right. CLG finds itself in a fight here, and I'll make a quick note on no comms in a second, because we used to do that during scrims as well as a way to practice. But on board right now with BSC. They find themselves in an engagement against CLG. A lot of three-letter acronyms here. Here comes the push. from Hill. Trying to level up that Evo shield if he can. Stunny now gonna level up and shield up here momentarily. Here comes the scan from Backslot. Madness currently out. That is not the player you want eliminated from your team. But then again, look at all 3 members of this team, all equally as powerful as it looks like this 2v3 fight is going to ensue. But when you're fighting against Lou, it's almost like a 3v3.
Yes, unfortunately they got third party and they're still trying to hold their own. Lou goes down. Ooh. They are out of this one.
That's right. That's our first place team eliminated. CLG with 64 points. So if NRG and Team Liquid are still alive, which we're watching Liquid right now in a little bit of shambles, they're getting tagged up quite significantly. That means there's a door open for them to sneak into that top 1 potentially if they have a pop-off game here. Liquid alive, and I think NRG is in it as well. We'll see when this team tracker page switches. Yes, NRG alive as well.
Barely alive. Albrelli gets finished, but they will be able to recover the load here. And on board with NRG, they're getting pushed inside of their building. They do have the Bloodhound. They have the scans. It looks like the other team is backing off for now. And then Team Liquid. Will they try to recover Algs' banner? Probably with the Horizon Q here in a second, but he gets Krabered and he almost goes down. Luckily for him, 1 HP remaining, goes for the battery, and still has time to recover that banner.
Insane. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Pride Kuma still alive as well for now. Let's see if he can continue to rat his way into a top 3 or top 5. Obviously, every place counts because of prize pool, so keep that in mind. And actually, no, he's going to find himself 1. He's just going to port his way away right into another team, and he's going to get hunted by this individual. Still alive somehow. Wants to take the port back. He's just buying some time here, delaying the inevitable.
And they left a little trap for him. 0+ ended up staying on the end of that portal. They knew he had to go one way or another, and they ended up getting that kill point. So 12 squads remaining. NRG, one of our top teams, getting shot at by Team Liquid. Nocturnal going down to half health. Flanker, no armor left. They've got to run. They've got to survive as long as possible. They need their placement points as well. Flanker might have found himself a wrap spot here. Maybe the other teams don't know.
Yeah, Nathan got knocked as well a moment ago. Actually, no, Nathan maybe did the knocking. Nathan is alive and well right now. NRG is performing. It is Madness right now in the kill feed. Fun's going to find 1 with the sniper on, gentrifying from Solifide. Looks like Solifide will be out here momentarily. But obviously, they've already qualified. Result is popping off with the double kill on NRG. It's going to be Solifide who's reigning on the parade of our top team right now, as you'd expect.
Flanker is literally mid-zone. If he can just survive, just not get looked at all. The team on his right is going to help him out because they aren't going to move forward. They're going to hold their ground where they are. So if they attract all of the attention and Flanker is able to get into that top 3, top 4 situation, he's going to be able to pop his ultimate and create more cover for himself.
That would be insane. This reminds me of the Autumn Circuit playoffs where we saw someone hiding in a rat spot in a little crevice as Caustic with 5 gas canisters around him. Surprised Flanker's not going for the same strat as he's center circle right now. But we'll see where the circle does pull, where it's going to wrap up at. Meanwhile, Solifide doing Solifide things, putting in absolute damage. 1.4k damage for Designful and counting. And keep in mind, that's on top of the fact that Solifide has already put in 10,000 damage, which is more than everybody in the game except for 3 teams, and that's Team Liquid, NRG, and CLG. Solifide is so incredibly good.
Designful lives with 1 HP. He's just like, I want these guys killed, and we are going for it. No matter what happens to us from the team above, we are getting these kills. And they did. And they're kill leaders. So they're going to rack up a lot of placement or kill points here. And there he goes with the ultimate. Now no one will be able to see him, but they do have a general vicinity of where he is.
I'm just going to spray and pray right into that crevice here, Flanker. What a cheeky strategy right now. He's going to finally get taken out. Made it to top 5, not too shabby, and that'll get him some placement points. Solifide still alive. And girl, looks like your prediction was solid. Congratulations. I'm ashamed. No, I'm just kidding. Solifide, though, with the good showing right here.
Yep, from 11th place to who knows what. They might bump up more than 1 or 2 placements. They're going to go up quite a bit. Maybe they can hit top 5 if they could pull out this win.
they're only 5 points behind Ability Legends with 30 points in 7th. So this will certainly put them within maybe even the top 5. Solifide showing up well here in game number 6, as you'd expect from them. A team that could pop off at any point. Probably the team that does the most damage of any team in the entire game. We'll see if Solifide can close this one out. 4 squads remain. We got Season, we got Solifide, we got Mouse and Keyboard, and we got Stunny Hill and Co. alive in wrapping up this one.
We have a variety of legends left, and every team is a full team. We're going to see some Crypto ultimates. We're going to see Gibraltar ultimates. We're going to see Caustic ultimates. It's going to be who can walk into the end zone the latest. Klein looking to make a portal, but he's only 1 HP. That portal's not going to connect. And will he be able to go back? He might be able to go back to get revived there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Trying to go for the rotation. And he should be able to get revived. You'll see here, like 4 points into Diamond. We got BSC, we got Mouse and Keyboard, we got Season, and of course we got Solifide to close this one out. Game number 6 here, Fallout alongside Girl. We're getting ready to wrap up our final game. 30-30 repeater out for Frexes, and he is putting in shots right now. As of course, he's going to take out one squad eliminated that season.
It is such an open end zone, and people are getting down to all 4 of the teams here. Frex going for the revive. 3 squads left remaining. Who do you think's going to win this one?
Solifide is, if I had to pick, Solifide, but BSC is really well positioned, so depends who can try and force this fight or stay alive long enough to be the one third partying. That team will come out on top, so whoever can draw this out long enough, but Solifide is going to have no cover. They do have a Gibraltar, though. That Gibraltar drone should help them, but I think they actually popped it, so that Gibraltar is going to be on cooldown. That's huge. Mouse and Keyboard lost 1. Zanile is out of this. 1 Frex is tagged up. Clarify barely is alive. He's going to get knocked as well, just like that. It's going to be Gentrifying taking out Clarify. Hill, however, is single-handedly taking out every member of Solifide. So in the end, it will be BSC that should be able to close this one up. They are your champion of game